What's up, guys? Welcome back to Project Time Garage. You know, I often get asked which truck I prefer. My 2003 F350 with a 6.0 PowerStroke or my 2000 F250 with a 7.3 PowerStroke. And the real answer to that question is really, well, it depends. So today I'm going to do a comparison between the two trucks. What I like, what I dislike, and why. But before I start, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, take 2 seconds and click right down there in the corner to my little logo and subscribe to my channel. This is my 2003 Ford F350 with a 6.0 PowerStroke. I've had the truck since it was basically brand new. Right now it has about 148,000 miles on it. So yes, it has the 6.0 PowerStroke, and yes, it had all the problems that plagued the early 6.0s, including head gaskets not once, not twice, but like 3 times. And this is my 2000 Ford F250 with the good old 7.3. There's a whole series on this truck right here about how I got it so cheap, what was wrong with it, and all that. Check out the series. So I've only had this truck just a few years now, and it has about 305,000 miles on it. I ended up with it because, well, I'm a sucker for a deal and it was cheap. And it was non-running, so I intended just to buy it and flip it until I drove it. So the old 6.0 truck, its purpose in life is basically to pull things, think campers and trailers and long distance, interstate, that kind of thing, because it's really comfortable to ride in and comfortable to drive. In fact, it even pulled this truck home. And the 7.3 stuff mainly just pulls stuff locally. It's basically just a tool for me. It hauls brush and mulch and gravel and wood and anything that is dirty right here. And you know what? It's okay if it gets scratched because it has plenty of scratches already. Here's some scratches. Here's some imperfections. This was the truck I used to use for those kind of tasks. But as you might imagine, it's not nearly as good at interstate and highway travel. Especially not with a big old honking 390, a 4-speed with granny low, 35-inch tires. It's a 74 Ford F100 that I basically took 2 trucks and built ultra uber cheap over a winter back, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I'll do a full video on this truck at some point, just not right this second. So on the inside, they're essentially the same truck. This 03 truck has a nicer and cleaner interior, and it has all the cool lariat options like the wood grain trim and the sunroof. What I don't like about this truck are the seats. You don't sit in them, you sit on top of them. It makes you feel like you're going to slide out. They don't have that caressing wide seat pan that the 2000 model truck has. And the 7.3 truck has a kind of a wider and more curved seat, nice flat pan, and it kind of feels better for me. Both trucks still have the factory radio with the iSimple hands-free Bluetooth device. If you want to see the video of that unit being installed, you can click up here for the installation of that on this truck. Also, I'll drop a link down below to Amazon where you can buy one should you find yourself wanting one. The 6.0 truck is set up better for towing. It has rear airbags, has a B&W turnover hitch, has a backflip bed cover, has a pair of swing cases because we don't have a toolbox in the back of it, and it has a leveling kit, much like the one that we put on my buddy's 99 7.3 truck up here in this video. While the 7.3 has the same front leveling kit, some 35 by 1250 tires, some Bilstein shocks that you can see installed in this video, an awesome roof rack with a whole bunch of lights, and a super cheap toolbox that I scored for free from somewhere. So the 6.0 truck, everything about the truck just rides and drives and feels a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable on road trips for sure. So just a 0 to 60 flat foot on an economy tune. that's about it. With this particular tune, the truck doesn't really get up and fly like it does with some of the hotter tunes, but I prefer to have the truck live. I'm tired of putting head gaskets in it, and I'm tired of spending 3,000 bucks every time something goes wrong. So an economy tune with good fuel economy, I'm okay with that. So the 6.0 truck, it rides a lot better, and it's definitely a lot quieter. I mean, we're riding down the road about 60 miles an hour, and it's much quieter than the 7.3, which isn't quiet at all, but it drives a lot better. In fact, everything underneath the front's new, so that's probably why. One of the big gripes I have with my 6.0 truck is that it drives so bad. So a quick 0 to 60 in this truck. There you go. Not sure how that compares to the 6.0, but I bet I'll start finding out when I get in video production. Of course, I get my service engine soon light as soon as I do that. It's an overboost condition. Evidently this tune doesn't suppress that code. I need a new tuner. In fact, we may put another tuner on this truck at some point. But the EGTs, when you're in it, they get away from you pretty quick. So which one has more power and tows better? Depends. They're both way different. The 6.0, it takes a lot longer to spool up. It doesn't have that down low feeling that I'm used to out of the 7.3. But once it spools, it goes. The 7.3 feels like it has a lot downstairs. As soon as you crack the throttle open, it's ready to go right off the throttle. But it doesn't seem to do as well up high. I've pulled heavy loads with both of them a lot. And I can say that if I'm going cross country with a load, I'm taking that. But if I'm going cross county, pulling a load, I'm taking that. As a matter of fact, I find myself driving that truck way more than I do that truck for just general around town errands and that type of stuff. So what about fuel economy? The 7.3, it's getting about 16 miles per gallon with a kind of a more stockish tune on it. Whereas the 6.0, it's getting about 19 with an economy tune. And of course, I'm using a light foot on both of these trucks. I don't drive that fast. I just kind of, oh man, it's some. That's my wife, she'll tell you. Now, those numbers are basically just an average over a long period of time. Obviously, town driving is going to be less and highway driving is going to be more, and pulling a load is going to be way less. But those are just the averages I've had over these things for a long period of time. So what's the verdict? Which truck do I prefer? 6.0? Nicer, cleaner, quieter, great highway truck. 7.3, a beast in its own right, reliable as all day long, and easy to work on. A lot of fun to drive. If I can only keep one of them, it'd be the 6.0. For the only reason of it has 148,000 miles. And all the problems have long since been sorted out on the truck. It's put together. I know everything that's in it, and I trust it. And I think the truck will probably outlive me. The 7.3 would probably outlive me too, but with 305,000 miles on it, it's getting kind of up there. Here's the kicker. If both of these trucks had 148,000 miles on them, that one wins all day, every day. In fact, I wish that were an 03 with a 7.3 and 148,000 miles. That's what you call your forever truck. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.